Market conditions remaining bullish in this bull market, seeing a continuation of this nice rally here. A little bit of a pause yesterday, still uh, uh, looking for a little bit of a retracement right here. We've had this sharp move that's just rocketed off of this 518 level, gone straight back to that 564 level on S&P 500. We've seen sentiment improve. We've seen breadth and momentum also improving as well with this rally, but it could be a little bit tired right here after such a sharp move higher. Now what we start to be watching for is how the retracement starts to look. If we start to find some support, we'll look at S&P 500 chart here as well in just a moment. We've got buy-sell ratio sitting at 1.31, which means now anything above 1, we've got green above red, where we're starting to get bulls as a group, as the mass consensus starting to move that direction. Nothing super aggressive as of yet towards the upper end of that range, so we'll watch to see how this certainly develops. S&P 500 watching for support potentially back to this 554 range and then the 548 range. Those are some support areas to be watching. If we do get a little bit of a retracement here, you can see how sharp we've gone straight up without really any kind of retracement or counter trend. It's coming. We just want to be aware and prepared and watching for how that retracement unfolds. We could retest that 565 level first before we get to that area. Let's look at NASDAQ 100, the triple Qs, just about into that momentum zone there as well. And then also if we take a look at, let's look at Dow while we're here. We haven't looked at that in a little bit. Just a really powerful rally, that V-shaped bottom, straight sell-off, and then straight back. You just had some fear and panic, which also lets you know that there are a lot of market participants that are watching these levels as well, and pretty trigger happy, pretty quick to pull the trigger on the sell and then jump back in right here, creating just some additional volatility. Let's look at TLT, the long-term bond, still continuing to improve and holding that momentum zone, which means that the bond market's anticipating interest rates to come lower, and the Fed's got some work to do here as well. SHY also holding up right here. Nice support at that a 236 low around that 82 area. If we jump over and look at sectors, we're seeing some continued strength here, as we've mentioned the last day or two, where we're seeing more in this buy range and the hold range. We don't have anything in that sell range. We did get energy with a little tick to the downside. In fact, that was an interesting pattern here as well, because it was rejected at that $48 level and then reversing back down. We had a big move in oil to the downside over the last few days as well. Let's look at that. Commodities, we're seeing gold continuing to have this impressive run up and making new highs right here. Also seeing silver with a little bit of strength in the last few days, moving back up inside of this range here, the 236-382 range, and now it's got that some support right here around that $26 level. That's SLV, which is an ETF for silver, and USO, which has had the last couple of days pretty significant selling here. Let's look at the 1-year time frame on USO. Still in an uptrend, but certainly working on counter trend or retracement, or even continuing this overall downtrend on USO, which ultimately a downtrending price in oil is looked at favorably by in the economy. It's just a reduction of a cost essentially. Let's jump over and look at the Muscle Stocks group. We've got some biotech names, which we've continue to have this biomedical names. A nice move here on DSGN, moving back up into that momentum zone as well. Big volume yesterday, and some follow through on that. Or 2 days ago, and some follow through on that yesterday. Also seeing Maritime NMM, a transportation stock, nice confirmation bar, increased volume there as well. And then we had FiberNet FN, which is also had a big gap higher, increased volume there as well. So keep an eye on current market conditions. Watch where we're at in this current uptrend for some kind of a retracement and any kind of news items that we may be getting this week. And that'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.